I'm looking rough, but I really don't care today. I just thought maybe talking it out might help. Just where I'm at. It's not been a really good day. I mean, it has. I think the last couple days have just been kind of rough, like mentally. At the place that I'm at, recently moved to Goodlettsville, Tennessee, which is basically Nashville, whatever. That's what everyone calls it. Um, I just got out of a bad relationship and had to leave without a job. Regardless of what some folks say, I didn't make an emotional decision. I made the right decision. Doesn't mean it was easy. I'm very much of a planner. I have to have like A, B, C lined up before I do anything. And I didn't have time to get A, B, C lined up. I didn't really have time to get anything lined up. I just had to go. Sorry. It was very hard. I guess just stepping out on faith. I can talk a really good talk for everybody else, but when it comes to me, I'm just like, no, you don't step out on faith. You figure it out. But I did. I had to step out on faith and make a very hard decision. That even though it was the right decision, I still struggle with it. I don't struggle with it that it wasn't the right decision. There's just a lot of hurt involved in the decision, but nevertheless, it was the right one. My gosh, like my wrinkles are so huge in this. But I was in Nashville for a couple of days to do interviews. I thought went really well. I was the first of all the interviews, so it's like now I'm just kind of like playing the waiting game. It was like all exciting, all these interviews and blah blah blah. I was so busy, and then I was excited. I got to come home to Missouri for a while and spend time with my family, and which has been great, being able to see my family. And as busy as I have been, there's been a lot of downtime too, which I've chose for myself. I mean, I could be out seeing family more, but like I do need to spend some time alone because it's just been like the last month has just been a whirlwind, I think. But I'm struggling and just trying to. I'm very big into positive affirmations and speaking the word and praying and being positive and trusting God and claiming it before it's even happened. Speaking, what is it? Speaking it as though it already was, were, whatever. I'm not good at English. Trying to do that. But these last 2 days, like I've not had really much luck with that, which is my own. Like I've let myself get down. I'm down for many reasons. Just the ending of a relationship is always hard, whether it was horrible or not. Like it's still hard. Like I don't have that like whole gift of goodbye thing, even though I was the one that left. I don't have that like peace out home slice. Oh my gosh, like seriously, like the wrinkles in here, like whatever, I don't care. But they look like way worse than normal. I think it's just because like all my dry crusty crap from crying. But anyway, I don't have the gift of goodbye. For the most part, I've always been like, no, like this can happen. And this time I had to make the decision to leave. And I think someone's home. Even though he wanted the same for me to leave, it was still very hard. It was still very hard in making the decision, but just struggling. Breaking up is not fun to do. I'm not sad that I left him. I don't want to knock him and say that he's this horrible person. He just wasn't the right one for me. And even though basically the whole 10 months I was there was pretty much hell, just not a lot given back. I gave a lot constantly with not much reciprocated, if at all. But yeah, it's been rough, and I don't know sometimes why I get sad about it, because you know, usually say like I miss him, but like there's not really much that I miss, just because like though he was there in body, like he wasn't there emotionally, like he wasn't there to have a comfort, like physically he was there, but he wasn't there to like talk out things or discuss things, or like an emotional support, or like just conversation, or like someone I like actually hung out with. Like we didn't have that. He wouldn't allow that. So there wasn't like a lot of affection or like any attention. Most of the time the attention was on the phone, his TV, or his tablet, or whatever else could possibly. So I can't really say like, oh man, I miss him so much, because like there wasn't really a relationship to miss. I think I miss what I thought it was gonna be. I missed what he told me it was gonna be. But like to sit and say like, oh, I miss him. Maybe I just miss this like physical body just sitting there. You know, you get used to someone just being there. Like he was there. He just wasn't there emotionally. So I don't know. I miss my home, even though it was just a little crappy apartment, like it was mine, you know, or ours or whatever. I miss my porch. I miss my room. I spent a lot of time in my room, which I guess was my choice. He loved to say that's your choice that you stay in your room all the time, but it's just like when you sit in a living room with someone and they don't speak to you or don't respond back to you when you talk, you know, you really don't care to sit out there with him. It's like, if you're gonna make me feel alone, let me actually feel alone in a room alone, instead of feeling alone sitting in the living room with you. So I don't know really what I miss, just everything changing, I guess. You know, I had to leave without a job. I'm trusting God for that. I still know I made the right decision, even leaving without a job. You know, my car's kind of acting up, so like trying to find a new car, moving in with, you know, 3 other girls, which like I'm such a loner, so like that's difficult to begin with. And although it's a blessing, like, you know, my room is really like a closet, so it's like I don't even have stuff to put my stuff there. So it's like, it's not mine. It's not like, we can call it my room, but like I don't have, I like, it's my bed. And again, I'm thankful for it. It's just like I miss my home, and like my family's been so great, and you know, staying with mom and Jack a lot, and like they'll do anything for me. Like they're the best people ever. But still, some my home, and I miss my home. I guess the place I stayed, it really wasn't, I didn't feel like home, but it was my stuff, it was my place. So it's hard, like there's just a lot of things changing all at once. And like I'm not going through like anything compared to so many people. It's just trying to like, you know, speak like, yay, everything's gonna be great, your new journey, and blah blah blah. Like the one thing I am super excited about is my church, Restoring Hope. Like I'm super excited about that. Like that's the one thing I'm really happy about, is my church. It's been a long time since I've been able to be involved in a church and feel free to like get involved and stuff like that. So I am excited for that. It's just a lot of things, like there's a lot of things changing all at once, and I'm not good with change. Like I'm not excited for great journeys. Like I'm routine. Like moving to Ohio was just like huge enough, and now to move to Ohio and then get uprooted again and move to Nashville, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Even making the right decision is hard. I don't regret it. I regret moving to Ohio. That's what I regret. But I don't regret leaving Ohio. I just regret all the change all at once. But I know in my knower that it's gonna get good. I know in my knower that God's gonna provide, you know, the perfect job. God's gonna help me figure out, you know, the car. I think he said, you know, you were the idiot, you were the one that made irrational decisions, and now you have to pay the consequences. Like, I would pay these consequences a million times over, a million times over, to not be stuck there in that situation. Um, so I still made the right decision. It just doesn't make it easy. And if it takes me a while to get back up on my feet, so be it. So be it. So that's where I'm at. Trying to be happy, trying to trust that, not trying to trust, I am trusting. I just kind of grow weary a little bit. And is it a verse? I know it's a verse, like how they say you refuse to be comforted, your soul refuses to be comforted, or where have I heard that? I'm sure it's a verse. Like the last 2 days, that's kind of how I've been, like, which is ridiculous. Like, I've refused to be comforted. Not that anyone tried to comfort me or have I've looked to anybody for comfort. Just like, I've just cried in my room and like, not sure why I'm crying. Like, just a lot of change, and I hate change. But I know in this time God's making me stronger. Like, I realize, like, I am a strong person, and I never realized I was. Or maybe I'm not strong, I'm just being forced to be strong. But I know God's gonna do something with it. He always works things out for our good, even our messes. And it's scary because you think, you know, God will work it out. If he put you through this mess, you know, he's gonna do it. But what if we made our own mess? Will God still get us out? And that I know, even in my own mess, even in my own bad decisions, even in my own choices of bad relationships, and living outside of the will of God and making ungodly decisions, like, oh, you want to slap yourself. He still fixes our own messes, thank God. So I'm just trying to, like, stop refusing to be comforted, like, not sit there and cry and let myself, like, yeah, you do have to heal, you do have to hurt, you do have to, you know, it can't all just be, you know, everything's great. Like, people like to pretend like it's not always great, but it will be great. And I just have to keep reminding myself that it's going to be great. I made the right decision, and I do it 1,000 times over. Just that transition is so not fun. But I know God's going to do great things. And if I just keep being obedient, that's the one thing, like, the only peace that I had in leaving and quitting my job without another job and moving to another stupid state, it was like, for the first time in my whole life, I made the right decision. For the first time in my whole life, 36 years of it, it's sad, I know, that I'm finally in the will of God. And even when you're in the will of God, it is not all the time happy, but, like, at least I can know that because I am in the will of God, you know, he's going to take care of me. He's going to open doors, and Satan just tries to, like, make you depressed and be like, oh, look what you've done. You know, you're without that person, you know, you're here, you don't have your own place, you feel alone. But I felt alone there. Like, being there with him was the loneliest time I've ever had in my life. And I actually was with somebody. Oh, the loneliest, the deepest depression I have ever been. And look, I'm crazy. I'll let you know. I'm a couple fry short sometimes. You know, I'm one of those crazy girls. I admit it. But I mean, I'm talking a dark, dark place I got there, and he wasn't concerned with that. He didn't care. But, like, even in the loneliness now and the confusion now and, like, just like, God, throw me a bone. I'd still do it again. I'd still do it again. I'd rather have this loneliness than that loneliness. That was a dark loneliness that I never want to go back to. Even when I miss, I guess, the fantasy world I tried to make myself think would be, I truly don't miss that person, because he wasn't anything to me. Or I guess anything for me. He wasn't a support or anything. I don't want to bash him. Just, there's different loneliness feelings. I would rather have this loneliness and unsettled feeling and not knowing what's gonna happen, job, car, life. I would rather be so settled than be settled and just be dark. Very dark, lonely place. I'd rather have this for sure. Because at least this way I have hope. I do have hope that it's gonna get good. I didn't have hope then. There was no hope. There was no hope. So it will get good, and I do have that hope. And tomorrow will be a better day. I know tomorrow will be a better day. Just each day, like just moving forward. Take a step, even when you don't want to take a step. Doing the right decision, making the right decision, even though it's hard and it sucks. It's the best thing. I know it don't look like it right now. I look awful and sad, and I am all those, not awful, but I am sad. Sad, but I'm still sad knowing I made the right decision. It's just hard, all of it. But like I said, I'd do it again a million times. And again, it'll get good. The Lord will start opening the windows, and I know I've got to praise Him. I know these things, like I tell others these things. I know I have to praise Him in advance. Thank Him for the job. Thank Him for the car. You know, thank Him for, you know, the closet that I'm living in. You know, I have to praise Him in advance, and I'm going to. Just these 2 days, like I'm just not, I couldn't make myself do it. Most of the time I can force myself to do it, but these last 2 days, like, no. But tomorrow I'll try. I'll try really hard. But, just wanted to let everyone know where I'm at. I'm going to try to start vlogging. I really don't know how to vlog. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of it, but I'm going to. So, you can see my exciting life I'm living right now. Not. But I think it'll be fun eventually. Not right now. But I know it will. It's going to get gooder and gooder, I'm hoping. I know so. I know so. Okay. Letting y'all know my sob story. And knowing that it's going to get good. But we have rough days. Just reminding everyone that even in the hard decisions, when it sucks, when it hurts, like, you, like, cry so hard you want to, like, vomit. Like, it does get better. I've not got better, but I know it's going to get better. I know it's going to get better. I know God has so much, good grief, anything would be better than being stuck back there. It'll be better. Today's not the day. Tomorrow might be it. Okay, that's it. Happy Tuesday. Pray for me a job, seriously. You know I want that skincare one. And for real, like, the wrinkles, like, I really need that skincare. I mean, I know it's, like, horrible because my mascara and crusties. Gray hair. Oh, gosh, I gotta turn this off. Okay. Peace out.